Hello, my name is Jacob Tracewell, and for college I'm asked to do a demonstration speech. I've recently got a job as a coder in training. So, for my demonstration, I'm going to show you what I've learned with coding. Very basic stuff. I'm going to show you what tool I use for my coding and how you can kind of have fun with it and mess around. So let's get into it. This right here is Visual Studio Code. This is what I use for my coding. You can code in a lot of different languages on it, and it makes the code very easy to read. And there's a lot of extensions you can download and use. So it's a great platform to use. All right, all you do is come here, click download. I'm not going to download it because I already have it, but you click save, run that file, install it, and you would have Visual Studio Code. All right. Once you have that, you will now be able to open folders with code. All right, open with code. We click that. Boom. Here we are. This is Visual Studio Code. So today all we're going to do is create an HTML file and a CSS file. All right. So HTML is going to be what they call the framework for your web page, and the CSS is going to be how you style it, make it look pretty, and do fun things with it. So we're not getting too in depth today, so I'm gonna do my little cheat code here. All you do is type !tab, and it kind of builds out the framework you want for you. All right, the body, all right, in between these body tags right here, that is where we're gonna see, that is where everything that is gonna be displayed on the web page is gonna be written, all right? So for today, all I'm gonna do is create 4 div folders, all right? You can think of these as little boxes, all right? These are gonna be boxes you can move around your web page, put whatever you want in them, and design them how you want. For each div, we're gonna make it a class. We're gonna make it class blue. We're gonna make this one class red. We're gonna make this one class yellow. We're gonna make this one class, let's go green. All right. So what we want to do is create a visual display so you can see what these boxes look like on your web page. All right. So to do that, we're going to have to use this style sheet to style our web page. Before we can do that, we have to link this page to that style sheet. We have to let this page know, hey, look at this file for our styling. So we're going to create a link rel. It's going to be style sheet. Wow. And then we're going to link it with style.css. We'll close that off just like that. So now this page knows to look to this file for instructions. All right, so first things first, we're going to start off with what we do. Blue, we made it a class. So our class designator is going to be this dot notation here, and that'll target whatever is classed, whatever's written afterwards. We're going to make this background color blue. All right, let's go down here. What do we have next? We have red. We're going to go ahead and target that background color red. Let's go down. We had yellow next. All right, background color yellow. And we'll go down here. Last one we had was green. So we're gonna get green in here. Background color green, just like that. Save. All right. So now we've targeted each div container by its class name: blue, blue, red, red, yellow, green. You understand the concepts there. All right. So what we can go ahead and do is when you go to the index page, if you right click, you will open up with live server. And what this will do, I will pull it in a second. Don't you worry. I'm going to bring it on screen in 3, 2, 1. Now, it'll open up a live server of what that HTML page is displaying. All right. We don't see anything. What's going on here? All right. Let's go back to our styles.css. Let's give it a height. We want height 100 pixels. We want width of 100 pixels. All right, we're gonna do that for all these. We're gonna copy and paste because we're good like that. Now let's go back and check our page. There we go. We can see over here that we have them. All right. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna move those boxes to the center of the page. To do that, we have all of these boxes here inside this box called the body. So what we'll do here, we'll make the body a class of colors. Okay, we'll save that. Come back here. We're going to target our colors, aka body tag, and we're going to do display flex. All right. I know some of this might be, if you're new to this, you might not understand all of this, but that's okay. I'm just showing you the things you can do and mess around with when you have Visual Studio Code. Let's go ahead. We displayed flex, so all the boxes within our colors box will now be displayed as flex, and we're going to justify content center. Let's see what that did. That brought them center like that. So let's go back. If you want to learn more about display flex, there's a game you can search up, Flexbox Froggy. All right, and it'll have you mess around with all these align items, justify content, and you'll get a better understanding for how display works. All right, another display you can do is grid. All right, grid is a good one. I like grid a lot. So for grid, what we have to designate is our rows and columns. So grid template columns, and then let's go here and go get rid of that. Grid template rows. All right, so we're gonna want just one column. So we're gonna use 1FR as our value. FR is just gonna be fraction, all right? So however many numbers I have here is gonna be what it's a fraction of. So we're gonna have one row because this is one of one. So for our rows, what we wanna do, I want my header to be 2FR, I'll say blue. I want blue to be 2FR. I want red to be 1FR. Yellow, we're gonna make 5FR. And green, we're gonna make 2FR as well. If you can see, if you add up all these numbers here, 2 plus 1 plus 5 plus 2 equals 10. So all this FR is a fraction of. So this is gonna be 2/10, 1/10, 1/2, and 2/10 here. All right, that's just how those values work. Depending on what FR stands for. So if we go ahead and look at that here, let's go ahead and pull up our page. You can see it's sectioned as, what was it? 2/10, 1/10, 5/10, 2/10. All right. This doesn't show it very well. And that's because we have a height and width constraint on our boxes. So if we go ahead and go back here and we delete all of our heights and widths, let's go ahead and go back, see what we got now. What are we working with? Broke it. Broke it all. Control save. Well, it's broken. Color yellow. Ah, I see why. We have not set a width or a height for our colors yet. So what we're gonna do, we're coming here, height. It's gonna be 100 viewport height. It's 100% of the viewport height. So now if we go in here, you'll see we have our colors exactly how we want. All right. Grid is great. Flex is great. Again, Flexbox Froggy is a great resource to use to understand what Flex can do and all that stuff. So from here, this is kind of how the layout goes for a website. Let's go ahead and minimize this. Let's go back to index. You know, as we can say, in between these tags is where you'll put the content you actually want, right? So these are the containers, the boxes, and then within those boxes, you can put the content. We're gonna have this is our header, all right? This will be our nav bar. This is our nav bar. This is our main content, our body. So this is our body. And then let's say you wanted a footer or something. This is our footer. All right, we'll save that. Let's go ahead and open this back up. You can see we have our writing here. All right, we got this is our header, this is our nav bar, this is our body, this is our footer. All right, now let's say we wanted these all to be center. All right, we want to center all these just so you can see it better. We go back to styles, style CSS. We can do that within each box. Of course, we can design it how we want. So we're gonna do display flex. We're gonna do justify content center. There we go. We're gonna do align items center. Save. We're going to go ahead and copy and paste this. Boom. Copy. There we go. Save. Let's go and take a peek. Now, as you can see, all our text here is centered up in what we want. All right, and we can do fun things. We can change the font size here. So font size, we'll do just extra large, X large. We'll do that. X large. Maybe we want this one to be smaller because it's nav bar. Font size, we'll do smaller. We can change the body to, let's do font style. We want it to be italic. All right, and then green. What do we want here? Font display. Unset. We don't want font display. We want text decoration. We're gonna do underline. Boom. Let's go ahead and save that. Come back here. As you can see, our body text or our header text has gotten bigger. Our nav text looks a little smaller, seems to be about the same. We now have italic in our body and our footer is underlined. So that's it for today. That's very, very, very basic coding with Visual Studio Code. You can open up a web page on your own local computer and mess around with it, design it however you want, discover what you can do, what you can't do, what you need to figure out, what you have to do. W3 Schools is a great online source to give you tips and tricks and show you how to do things, how to implement code, what syntax you must use, and all those things. And check out Flexbox Froggy. It's a fun little game. Let's see if you can get all the levels. That's it. I'm learning code myself. All right. I started coding 4 weeks ago, so I'm new to it. So on this journey, where I learn things cool, maybe I'll upload another YouTube video. But for now, I just had to do a demonstration speech for college. And this has been it. Have a good night.